Alright, so welcome back to part 2 of how we're using Google Classroom at school. So here is the home page of my Google Classroom. I'll start off with looking at my Year 8 X Science class from last year. The last assignment or the last post in the classwork section was Term 3 Assessment 4 result. That's the end of the year. Now if we scroll down in Google Classroom, as you post assignment, recent things will be at the top, and the items that you posted earlier will be further down. If I scroll all the way down, you can see what I did at the beginning of the year. Alright, so my first unit was Food and Digestion, August 25th, L1. That's basically, I have, for this particular class, I had them for two lessons in one day. So I labeled the lessons, lesson 1 and lesson 2. I have August 25th, I have the date of the lesson that it was on, the title of the lesson. So having the date here basically tells the student that that class was on this date. It was posted on the 25th as well. If there's something due, then there will be a due date here. The format I want all the lessons, all the assignments to have would be the date of that particular lesson, the day you had that class, and the title of that class, of that lesson. I have a description of what we are going to be doing that day. Basically any paper assignments, any worksheets, any classwork that we did, like this food sorting PDF, any exercise we do, cut and posted, glued into their exercise book. I have PDF versions of the worksheets and assign exercises that we did that in class. Now I will always try to post a PDF of these documents, because a PDF, basically the students will be able to easily open a PDF up on their phone or tablet or other devices, and they'll be able to look at it and see it. All right, I will have photocopies of these materials for the students to do in class. The lessons, the unit continued, Google Classroom, in Create. It is called an assignment. I do this even if I'm not particularly assigning a homework or anything, that still use the assignment section, because it is a lesson. They are assigned to take that lesson. They're assigned to go to your class. What they do in that classroom during that lesson is essentially assignment. Also includes something for them to do as homework. That's fine too. So you put a title, instructions, a brief outline of what you're doing in class that day. Okay, that's the basic setup, and you can see the end result. After a year, every single lesson is accounted for. There are a couple reasons why I want this done this way. The organization, by unit, can be very helpful for students to see what they're doing, what you plan on doing. Students like to use, if there's a PowerPoint, then a lot of students like to open up the PowerPoint on their device so they can follow along. Now, another reason it's good to have this for every lesson and posted each day of your class is if you have absent students. If you do this already, and your assignments, if you already have the lessons posted on here, ready to post during that day, you don't have to worry about doing another thing for students that are absent. Now, for students that want to review, or they were in class, they have this information to review. The parent will be able to see exactly what date something was assigned to the student. They don't have to question like, well, when did the teacher tell you to do that? When was that class? Parents can see the date, and they can see the due date. Okay, so that's how it will look at the end of the year. Now, in the beginning of the year, it's basically blank, like this. This is where you're going to assign the work. Now, we've got this list of different types of things to do. Now, let's say at the beginning of the year, I'm basically starting Year 8 with the same topic, with the same unit. So what I can do right away, I taught this last year, so I know what's there. Even if you're a new teacher and you didn't teach the class here last year, look at what the teacher did before. You click on Reuse Post. Now what that's going to do is open up all the classrooms that are current classrooms and all my archived classrooms. I'm going to use last year's 8X. Again, it's in chronological order, starting with the most recent. And you basically have to scroll the first lesson of last year. Okay, click on Reuse, and here's what I did last year. I can look at my calendar. Monday, the first real lesson will probably be Thursday, after some introductions and stuff on Tuesday. My first real lesson will be August 22nd, most likely. Maybe the 23rd, but let's say it's the 22nd. August 22nd. Food groups. All right, today we begin our first unit of the year, food and digestion. Basically, we have the food sort. I'll have this printed out. We got the videos we can watch. But essentially, I'll read through the instructions. I think that pretty much goes, what I'm planning on doing. I'll print off the PDF. PowerPoint will get ready. The videos, you can double check, make sure the videos actually work. Sometimes videos are no longer available. I want all the students to do it, year 8X. I don't want to do this I don't want it assigned automatically, like right away. What I'm going to do is click schedule. Now the class is going to be on August 22nd. So I will click August 22nd. I have the class at 11 a.m. So I will schedule it for 11 a.m. Now obviously you can add things to this. You can change it if you want. Sometimes it takes a lot. Alright, so we see gray here because it's not posted to the students. Alright. Now I had already set it up as the food and digestion unit. I didn't create the topic because it was already done for that previous from last year. Alright, so you can see that it is scheduled. The students will not see this until 11 a.m. on August 22nd. Let's say I also want to add a question for them to do after school. Topic is nutrition. What nutrient do we eat to get energy? You could have short answer where they'll have to type in one of the nutrients. You could make a multiple choice question. Let's just do short answer. All right, so points, let's do 100%. Either you got it right or got it wrong, 0 or 100. Next class with them is the next day, the 23rd. So basically I want them to have that answered before the next class. 25 is the due date. And again, I want to schedule it for after our class at 12. So we got today's lesson and a question for them to answer. There's other things we can do. That's assignment, that's question. If you do have a bunch of material that you just want them to have, you can use the material, basically a title, again, put the date and title, description of what you are posting. Any of these, before it gets posted to the students, you can always edit it and you can change the schedule. All right, so essentially that's what happens. That's what's going to be. One thing about the stream, once this is posted to the student, a notice will come up in the stream telling the students that you have posted a new assignment. And that's normally what the students will look at, because they'll open it up, open Google Classroom, they'll see their stream right away, they'll see the assignment, they'll click on the assignment. Right, so that pretty much covers what I want, the way I want the science department to create and format and list their lessons and assignments for their students. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, thanks for watching.